What's up, everyone, and welcome back. Episode, this is episode 3, season 5. Girl, you know what
Is it?
podcast? Yeah,
I thought it was 2. It is
it's
3, because
3.
that's right.
Yeah.
Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. I'm Danielle.
Y'all know who I am. I'm
Yeah,
tired.
girl. But we took last week off because it was
It was
somebody's
my
birthday
birthday.
weekend. Yeah, how was that?
It's my birthday. It was bullshit. Life is
Well,
bullshit right now. I'm
yeah.
going to just be honest with y'all. Life is bullshit. And before we get started, let me tell y'all something. If you don't take anything that we ever say seriously, do estate planning with your parents and with your grandparents.
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully your grandparents already have it. But if you have siblings, especially,
Yeah.
do estate planning with your parents
Right.
and
And
grandparents.
it's something that I'm glad you brought that up. We need to have a show about. Well, we'll just talk about it now, of course, since you brought it up. But we don't want to talk about it because it makes it
No,
too real. But we have to be realistic.
no.
That's the thing.
Because listen, one day I will explain it. But the hell that I endure on a day-to-day basis
Mm-hmm.
because of this, I just would advise that you all please do estate planning. Do estate planning with your grandparents, do it with your parents because it's hell.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean do it all.
Right.
Because I know it seems hard. I'm talking funeral, life insurance policies, living wills, advanced directives. You need to do it all.
Yeah.
Do all of it. Because it's hell.
Mm-hmm.
It is hell after the fact. I'm telling y'all.
Yeah. And just like my neighbor across the street, she passed away on Christmas Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we were real close. She was an older lady. She was, I think, in her early 70s, I believe, but she had cancer. And the crazy thing is, like, her and her husband were originally from Dayton. Her husband passed away from Agent Orange, I want to say maybe the year after my grandfather, maybe.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so he passed away. And it came back on him, and he was like gone within months.
Mm-hmm.
I believe she had throat cancer or something. She had something like
Oh,
that.
wow.
Yeah, and she was fighting. Like, I remember they wanted to put her in hospice, and she was like, no. She was like, I'm going home. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, but she ended up passing away on Christmas Day. We found out the day after Christmas. But and I bring that up because she like both of her parents were deceased.
Mm-hmm.
I think she said she was the only child.
Mm-hmm.
So she didn't have any siblings. If she did, maybe they were passed away or they were still in
Mm-hmm.
Dayton. I don't know. But I could have sworn she said she was the only child. But anyway, and then she didn't have any children at all. She didn't have any biological children. Her husband has 2
Right.
sons. And of course they're grown now. They're younger than us, but they're grown. And I think she only like really kept in touch with one up until
Right.
recently. And I remember like maybe earlier last year, she said that they hadn't even checked on her while she was going
Oh,
through
I
her whole
can believe
thing.
that.
Yeah, so it's just like, so she had people like from her church and everything that came by and checked on
Mm-hmm.
her. And, of course, we checked on her and stuff, but she didn't have anybody. So now there's this house across the street that, we don't know what's going to happen. She had 2 dogs. I know they're gone now. Somebody came and got them, but I'm just like, I remember
Yeah, you need to plan for
you need
all
to
of that. You
plan.
need to plan for what happens if you want to be in your home and you
Mm-hmm.
want someone to come in and care for you. You need
Yeah.
to plan on, write all of it down.
Yes.
When you are of sound mind
And that's what
and
she did.
body,
Yeah.
put it in writing.
Mm-hmm.
Put it in writing, please.
Yeah.
Like,
So just think about someone like her who didn't have really much family, and then who have family, we got to learn to work it out. And I know it's tough. I know you're going through all that with your family, and
child.
yeah. So it's a lot, but it's a lot. We'll talk about, we'll go more in depth and stuff like that, things that we've had to deal with or
One day.
whatever. Yeah, one day. Yeah, one day. Right.
One day. Yeah, Lord.
Yeah,
But
but let's get to the bullshit, girl.
let's get to the
So,
real beat. Let's get to
yeah.
the real beat. Ugh. So let me
Child.
say. So what would this be? It would have been late Thursday night, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like late Thursday night.
Yeah.
Because I woke up Friday morning. I get up about 4.
Mm-hmm.
So probably around 5, 4 or 5, I realized that, Megan THEE Stallion drops a song.
Mm-hmm.
And the song is called Hiss. If you have not heard it, I advise that you go listen to it.
Right.
I've only listened to it one time. Now let me say that because I am. And this is no disrespect to her. You know, they can rap, whatever. They're just
Right.
not my cup of tea.
Right.
None
Right.
of them, like Megan, Cardi, the Ice Spice Girl. None of them,
Mm-hmm.
Lotto. None of them
Yeah.
are my cup of tea because I'm an old ass
Yeah, we're
woman.
old school.
You know,
Yeah.
they kids.
Mm-hmm.
And so I guess again, I had no clue about what's going on in rap beef with women, but maybe there was some underhanded shade from Nicki Minaj
Mm-hmm.
to Megan THEE Stallion, and she dropped a killer diss. It was killer.
I
Now
mean,
listen again. I ain't no fan of the girls,
right.
but she can rap.
Yeah.
And she definitely can rap.
Yeah.
Um, of course, I have many issues with Nicki Minaj that we will get into here today. Um, and Drake, I will
Oh,
address him as well.
yes.
But so the line that everybody's going crazy about is these hoes ain't mad at Megan, these hoes mad at Megan's law. And if you are familiar with the California codes, in the state of California, if you are a registered sex offender, you have to put your name on that registry. It comes from Megan's law.
Mm-hmm.
And we all know that Nicki Minaj's husband is a registered sex offender. I mean,
Right.
that's no secret.
And her brother.
And her brother. And while her brother was on trial for molesting his girlfriend's, his longtime girlfriend's daughter for
Child.
years, she paid his legal fees. Like she paid for his attorney. And then when her husband was on trial for his case, her husband and she as well harassed the young lady who accused him of the crimes that he has now been committed of. Yes, is that right? Yes.
Yeah.
The crimes that he has now been found guilty of.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, it's kind of like my thing with Love and Marriage Huntsville.
Mm-hmm.
Melody gets pissed off because people are on the show talking about the affair that her husband is having on her when you are the one who brought it to TV.
Right.
Same goes for Nicki. You are pissed at this girl for saying what she said. Baby, you married that sex offender. What are you mad at? I don't get it.
Exactly. Thank
You
you.
married him. Why are you pissed at everybody else?
Child, I don't get it.
Girl, please. And then you had a baby with him. Girl, you the damn fool.
Child, and people were, I mean, and it's real. You know, people were just, you know, like saying, your son can't even, I mean, you can't, your husband can't even go pick up your son from school because he can't be around other children. I mean, you know, so what you mad at? What you mad at Megan for?
Megan's law. That's
Yeah,
why you mad.
that's why
Like
you
she
mad.
said.
Yeah, that's it.
And like the old folks taught us, a hit dog gonna holler.
Mm-hmm.
And baby, you screaming.
Baby, listen.
You're screaming right now.
For 2 nights in a row.
You've been screaming. And you know, I saw somebody, of course, when things like this happen, there are thousands of fake pieces.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone has a dissertation in hip hop now.
Right, of course.
And, you know, they're writing their dissertations as we speak, you know, through video, basically.
Mm-hmm.
And I saw somebody say that this is the girl who, like, kicked the firestorm off. She had commented and said, Nicki Minaj does not know who she is.
No.
And what she was see, this is how you know you need to go sit down somewhere. Because what she was basically saying is, again, and she referenced Beyonce in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Beyonce would never be caught dead responding to peasants.
That part.
You let regular, everyday people on Twitter take you out of a bag.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all she was saying. You have no idea of your own celebrity. You don't even know who you are really.
Mm-mm.
Because there's no reason that you should be getting into a Twitter beef. And it was that particular girl who made the video. Like, why would you be on Twitter going back and forth with me?
Right.
I'm nobody. You're somebody. Why would you be addressing me? It
Mm-hmm.
makes no sense. And you know what I went in there and said?
What?
Because she's not real. She's
Yeah.
fake.
She.
She has stolen every piece of her style from another person.
Mm-hmm.
And that is why she's stuck.
Yep.
She's stuck because Kim out the game. You don't have a next move because Kim doesn't make a next move.
That. Come on now.
There's the real problem.
Yeah.
The real problem is Kim had a baby and she chilled, and then you had a baby, and now you're doing the same thing. She like that's why she don't know, y'all. That's why she has released the same album 52 times.
I mean, can we talk about that? I mean, how many damn times can you release the same album?
Y'all gotta pay. But see, what are we, Gen X?
Yeah.
We've been telling y'all this from day one
Mm-hmm.
when she came out, and they were side by siding her pictures and Kim's pictures.
Identical.
It was plain as day that she was mimicking another person's career.
Mm-hmm.
And now she has nowhere to go. And this kind of proves Kim's point. When I ain't moving, what's she doing?
Mm-hmm. She said
Let's
that.
let her make moves on her own.
Yeah.
Let me stop what I'm doing and let's see what she do by herself.
Mm-hmm.
Not a damn thing.
Not a thing.
She can do nothing.
And then not only did she mimic and was called out about it, when she was called out about it, she was disrespectful as fuck. And that's when I was like, oh no.
Listen, it's a wrap for her.
Mm-hmm.
It's a wrap for her. And then, like the world said, you gonna get on and do 1 foot, 2 foot, big foot, big foot. Like she said, bitch, are you Dr. Seuss?
Listen, they were posting
What
that
are you
Dr.
doing with this?
Listen, I was
And
like,
you're on here making fun of a woman. Now listen, what I believe ain't got nothing to do with it.
mm-hmm.
What the court has determined to be factual is that boy shot her.
Right.
So you have taken this opportunity to make fun of a woman who was shot in a domestic violence incident.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and not only that, I just saw last night, I don't know if you saw this or not, but she said that she was going to resurrect Megan's dead mom.
Yep, she did. She did.
And even the Barbs were like, wait a minute. They were like, nah, no, that's too far. You know, I mean, that just shows how detached from reality she is.
But I will say this now.
Mm-hmm.
We know a good beef.
Oh,
and we
yeah.
know in beef, nothing is off limits.
Yeah, but this is a different generation, though. They don't know nothing about that.
We know a good beef.
Mm-hmm.
Because Sean said I skeeted on your baby feet. You called it karma 100 times and I was blown in the neck. So let me tell you something. It's nothing off limits.
Mm-mm. No, when you in beef and battle, nothing's off limits.
Pusha T talked about Drake's little sick friend. Ain't nothing off limits in beef. And Tupac called Biggie everything but a child of God.
That part.
Fat, cross-eyed, black. He called him everything. There is no limit to a beef. But Nicki, you better be ready.
Child, somebody commented and said, where's she getting her drugs from? No, they said, where do you think she getting her coke from? Colombia or Cuba? Because she's on something, because she is been going.
But y'all, she's been out of control, and you all have fed her narcissistic tendencies
exactly.
for years.
Yep, that's the thing.
It's y'all's fault. Don't talk about her now.
Right.
No, stick with her. Stick with her.
That's y'all's girl.
No, go on and hang with your homegirl. Because I'm going to hang with mine. Kim say something, I'm hanging with her.
That's it.
And even when it was cool, she done cut her face 17 times, bitch. And what they say, I'm a ride with her.
That's
I'm a ride with her. I don't care what she do.
I don't care what she look like. I don't give a dang. That's Lil' Kim.
Herself to me.
That's it. Kim was in a group full of niggas.
Huh. Okay.
I mean, not just regular rappers. Junior Mafia was niggas.
Listen,
and
I freaking African style, so I'm steezy. Y'all want to play with her.
Okay.
Like, this chick y'all following?
These little Dr. Seuss rhymes.
And can we just say for the record, Nicki Minaj, you're not even hood.
No.
You went to a performing arts high school. Get your corny ass out of here. Do y'all realize who y'all following?
I
And
mean,
while we're here, Degrassi, let's talk about you.
Miss Aubrey, get him, girl, because you know I got some
Don't
things
even
to say.
don't even rap. If we're being 100% honest,
Mm-hmm.
I have assessed the Drake songs that I do listen to.
Mm-hmm.
He's singing.
Yeah.
I don't even know how y'all can call him a rapper.
Yasin Bey, aka Most Def, spoke the truth.
Said the unadulterated truth.
He's
He's
a pop girl.
He said that's the kind of music I would hear if I'm walking through a Target.
Mm-hmm. And you do.
And that he's exactly right. It's very commercial.
Yeah.
And I don't know why y'all so offended by that. He has said himself, he ain't
Mm-hmm.
out here what he professing to be.
No. I mean, you got some
Y'all
coin.
weak.
You can be who you want to be. You can get all these yes men around you, and they can be like, "Oh, Drake is the hardest thing in hip hop." Come on now.
Come on now. Come on.
That's why it's not even
Y'all got to
worth.
stop this.
Yeah.
That's why the real niggas be looking at y'all like,
Listen.
That's why Sean don't respect y'all.
Mm-mm. Oh, and that was another thing. Nicki said was she think Megan. What did she say? Megan is like what did she say? She used some kind of word or something. Basically, Megan thinks she's all that pretty much because she gets compared to you that she gets invited to the Rock Nation. Yeah. But let me say that. Let me go back to Nicki real quick. Then I got something to say about Drake. So with Nicki, first of all, she's called Megan a flop, which she's not. I mean, you have all these. See, the reason why let's just say Megan has 3 Grammys and you don't. And you've been out for all these years. One of the reasons why Nicki has been able to be that girl in hip hop for the time that she was is because she came out at a time when none of the girls were releasing anything, and when
it was nobody else.
She had no competition, right?
There was not an ounce of competition.
There was none. And
that's why you was able to swing that Kim shit, because the people who are following you were like, let's say would be, we don't have any little sisters, but I'm saying quote unquote would be our little sister. Like they were old enough to see Kim,
right,
but not old enough to experience the vibe.
Right. Yeah. There you go.
They saw it, but they didn't experience the vibe. So when something came around, when it was their turn to catch the vibes, and they were familiar with this look, they gravitated to her.
Yeah.
Because she looked familiar.
I mean, girl, I was at the Asian festival like the year that Lil Kim came, not Lil Kim, Lord have mercy, when Nicki Minaj first started getting hot and everything, and there were girls at the Asian festival dressed like her.
Yeah.
So I mean that just showed the vibe
because
that she was going
goes
with.
in on that Chinese culture, like that Hello Kitty, Barbie,
yeah,
platform shoe. Like she is a part of that culture,
and that's the only thing that worked for her. And now look at you, you stuck there.
Because again, you can't evolve past because you copied it.
Yep.
So you don't know how to evolve.
Yep.
And that's really why you hate Cardi B.
Yeah.
Because Cardi B has been able to evolve her career.
Yep.
And she has transitioned it. Like there's no reason that Cardi B should look more classy and adult than you do.
I mean,
because you were here first. You should already have been at the level that Cardi is now. And I'm talking the aesthetic.
Yeah.
You are not there. You will never be there. And you know what she also, with this whole situation also, and I even want poor people to hear this, because we're all poor compared to these people.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
I want you all to understand it matters who you marry. It matters who you procreate with. And as Black people, we do not take it serious enough. It matters. Let's just I will just take her and Safari and her and Petty. Is that his last name, Petty?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. Was it Keith Petty? I think that's his name.
Yeah, something like that.
Or Kenneth Petty, something.
Think about the boyfriend that Safari was to her.
Mm-hmm.
Safari was like her hype man.
Yep. Wrote most
He
of her
was like
songs.
the baby, you the shit. I got your back. Like
Mm-hmm.
he was all of that for her.
Yep.
Now she has dead weight in her life.
Mm-hmm. I mean,
And,
Safari's bigger than her. Let's start right
and
there.
think about how her being away from Safari into this relationship, think about the drastic shift of her personality.
Mm-hmm.
Because you carrying the weight now.
Yep.
And I'm not saying Safari was this amazing, but did this go back to what I said a few weeks ago? It's not always about financial provisions in a relationship.
Mm-hmm.
And the moment that we women admit that, I think the better off would be. Now, I'm not saying you take a man who come in the door with nothing,
Right.
but Safari offered her something emotionally that she not getting from her husband.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm telling you, therapy opinion.
Yeah.
And it's clear from her behavior. Because I want you to really think about what I'm saying. Think about her behavior versus when she was with Safari, how she acts now.
Yep.
She is aggressive. She is mean.
Mm-hmm.
She's hateful. She's rude. And think about how she was when she was with Safari.
Yep.
Now, she may have had that female rapper attitude. She did have that, but all of them need that to survive in the business.
Right.
But she was not
Especially
what she is
women.
today.
Mm-hmm.
She was not what she is today.
No, no way.
As far as her demeanor. And she's a mother. I want us to not forget that she has a child.
Mm-hmm.
And she carries on like this. She has a terrible home life.
Yep.
But again, the issues that you have at home are because of the man you chose to marry.
Yep.
Women, let her be your example. Let this be your example. It matters who you marry.
Mm-hmm.
It matters who you share your bed with. Even if you're not married and you're in a relationship, it matters who you are in a relationship with. Because the support that you get at home is the person who we see in the street.
Yep.
And she's terrible.
Terrible.
And that's just a fact. Because being a mother, even though I just said nothing's off limits in beef, but you being a mother to a child, to reference a woman's dead mother,
Mm-hmm.
I think that says a lot about your motherly instinct.
Yep.
Somebody put a post up on social media and said something about the way we behave or something. And I said, I want to be clear. And I had to say this to somebody just a few days ago. We don't do anything for no reason.
Mm-hmm.
We may think and we may walk around and say, oh, this is just how I am. No, it's not. Everything you do is turned out from somewhere.
Yep.
Every behavior you have
It comes from somewhere.
is turned out from something inside of you,
Mm-hmm.
from something from your childhood, from an event in your teen years that may have hurt you. Every piece of you is turned out from someplace. And just again, my opinion, from what the behavior I'm seeing from her, I think she's just hurt. Like you probably want your man back. It's
Mm-hmm.
probably what you want. I mean,
Listen,
we all been there, but
she's hurt. She's insecure. She's scared because her career's not going anywhere. She doesn't know
yeah,
who she is, like you said
yeah,
earlier. She has too much going on,
yeah.
and this is the perfect opportunity. Everything that she's been
And
out
you
here
would have
tweeting.
dud, and you would have dud, you would have
Listen,
dud.
I mean, that
I'm
says a
trying
lot.
to guard my words and not curse, but I'm gonna say it. You would have dud ass nigga.
Yeah.
Everybody know what it's like to be with a dud.
Mm-hmm.
Even if you ain't been with one, your cousin done had one, your sister done had one.
Right.
We know what it looked like.
Mm-hmm. And that's what
And
you
we
got.
know how women act in those relationships.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what she doing.
That's
She
exactly what she doing.
it's plain as day.
Mm-hmm.
I feel sorry for her.
I do too, and I was talking to somebody about that yesterday. I said I actually really feel sorry for her
Mhm.
because it's just like, and just like everything we just said, she doesn't know who she is. She's going through all this stuff internally, and this is misplaced anger. That's what it is. Because
It's so
yeah,
good to hear.
I mean, you would think that the whole song, let's go back. You would think the whole song was about her.
Yeah.
She talked about 3 or 4 other people in that song.
Yep.
She had maybe 1 bar about Nicki, maybe one and a half.
But see, you hit on all that because, like she said,
Mhm.
y'all bitches been subbing and subliminal.
Mhm.
We gonna put this shit the rest of the day. So you
Basically.
knew what that was about. That was about all y'all.
Mhm.
You knew what she was saying.
Yeah.
But since we are here about Nicki and about her, you know, and all of this too kind of is like you out of your age element as well.
I mean,
And this makes me think about Taraji P. Henson
yeah, let's go there.
because I was watching Celebrity IOU with the brothers,
Mhm.
with the twins.
Mhm.
She was on there. I was watching. I've been watching this since season 1 and like going through the whole season. And I can't remember. I think she might have been on. I feel like I'm on 7 or 6. 7 is the last season, so maybe she was on 6. She was. I think it was her housekeeper. So when they pull up, Taraji P. Henson had on. Remember back in the day we used to have those coats, but they was long enough to like come over your booty, like, and they had like 2 pockets in the front. It was like a zip. It was kind of like a windbreaker jacket, but it had a drawstring at the waist,
Yeah,
so it
yeah,
kind of
yeah.
looked like a dress, but it was
Mhm.
a coat.
I know exactly
So
what you're
she
talking about.
had that on with gold thigh-high boots, and she had these braids in her hair, and the design of the braids was the heart on the side, like how the kids be wearing.
Mhm.
And immediately, I knew my problem with her. And sometimes, and this is blasphemy, because I love Mary J. Blige down to the ground.
Yeah.
First of all, they need to stop being friends. They need to stop hanging out with each other. That's first. Her and Taraji need to get away from each other because they both have a complex about their age and they want to be young.
Yeah.
And seeing her with the outfit on was like, I want every 50-year-old woman, 48-year-old woman to understand something. We know that you look good for your age, right?
Mhm.
But when you put things on or you do things to yourself that are for younger girls, then it kind of gets cringy.
Yeah.
It kind of gets like, we already see that you look younger. You don't have to put the younger stuff on too. You already look good. Like, it's like you don't have to go all the way back and try to be a teenager again. Like, now you're going too far. And that was like my issue with her. And it seems like she has this growing and growing resentment inside of her. Like,
Mhm.
she does. And so to hear her say that the attention was taken off of the movie
Mhm.
because of the comments that she made, which it was,
Yeah,
and you probably won't
completely.
get any work for that anymore.
Oh, I mean,
It's
yeah, she's messed herself up. I'm
it's
sorry.
going to be hard for you to get work. And you
Mhm.
know what I thought when I saw her in those gold boots and stuff? I was like, damn, you done turned into Yvette. You done you're like
She's stuck in
Yvette
that
for
role.
real. You're like Yvette at 48. Yeah, you thought about that? Like, when I saw her, that's what it made me feel like. Damn, you turned into Yvette.
Mhm.
You did it right before our eyes. That's how she acts.
Yeah.
Like, that attitude that she had, that is her. Like,
Mhm.
that's how she behaves. And it is so weird to watch. But she messed herself up with when you are on a PR for tour for a movie,
Mhm.
you just talk about said movie.
Exactly.
any questions that arise that, and I'm just speaking from a public relations standpoint,
Mm-hmm.
and this goes for anything. If you're on a book tour, if you, whatever, keep everything focused on what your purpose is for being there.
Right.
If somebody tries to throw you off and ask you a question that has nothing to do with your purpose for sitting in that seat, don't answer it.
Mm-hmm.
Always have a rebuttal prepared to say, oh no, I can't say that I've had those experiences. And y'all was pissed at Vivica Fox for saying that. But
Listen,
it was true.
it was true.
She does not have those experiences.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all really was heated. Like y'all was heated at Vivica for saying that. But y'all, Taraji is giving very much bitter black woman. And I really want her to stop that.
Right. I mean, you took the whole focus off the movie, off the rest of the cast. The only thing people are talking about, because from what I haven't seen The Color Purple yet, but, well, I should say the new one. I'm going to
I'm
say
not
The Color
sure.
Purple musical. I'm not going to see it either. But you took, luckily that there were some Oscar nominations and stuff for the rest of the cast, because for us, the people who haven't seen the movie or anything like that, the only thing we're hearing about is Taraji and this money.
Yeah.
And every interview that you've done for the movie where you said that she should just be focused on the movie and promoting the movie and all, it comes back to that, and then she ends up in tears.
Yeah. And then people have this issue with Oprah. Listen, Oprah is about business.
Mm-hmm.
She is trying to put money in your pocket.
Mm-hmm.
And for y'all to act like, oh, she's this, she's that. She celebrates black women who are about business.
Mm-hmm.
If y'all are still sitting around here trying to stand up for Monique and act like Monique stand on business, y'all are crazy as hell. She is letting a man who walks around in silly ass top hats tell her what to do.
And calls him daddy.
She
I will
calls
never
that
get
girl-
over
What
that.
did that girl say? Ain't no way y'all hoes 50 calling a man daddy talking about he raising her. And this is who y'all standing behind and champion me. Oh Lord Jesus, y'all, oh my God.
Just because she says I love y'all for real.
Y'all work my nerves.
Listen, I'm done. I'm done with it.
Because that right there, y'all standing up for Monique, I can't even get behind it. Because let's just think about the people who she's attacking. And let's not think about her, but let's talk about the stuff that they've done for black people.
Mm-hmm.
Whitney Houston died, and Tyler Perry sent his jet to California to pick up her body and bring it back to New Jersey. I mean, y'all, come on now.
Mm-hmm.
And y'all trying to say something about Tyler?
Right.
Tyler Perry moved and built him a new house. He sold his house to other black people. Who did he sell his house to? Steve Harvey. Like, y'all, see, because y'all pay attention to the wrong stuff, I think.
Well, negative press always trumps anything positive that you do. That's the thing. And,
God rest Christina's soul.
listen.
Christina said, I'm not going to argue with people that Harriet Tubman would have shot. And I see what she means. I see every day.
Listen, every day.
Because y'all should be laid out in the woods somewhere. Because y'all niggas just be stupid sometimes. Like, real talk.
It's ridiculous.
It's a lot of dumb stuff going on.
It really is. And let's transition to something else dumb real quick. Tim Scott. Senator Tim Scott. And this ain't going to take long because I was going to read his ass, but it's just like, it's not even worth it. But for people who don't know what's going on, Tim Scott, Senator Tim Scott, he's a black senator Republican senator from South Carolina. And he was running for president, and then of course he dropped out because of course he wasn't going to get that support, whatever. So now he's back on the Trump bandwagon. And there was a what was it, the New Hampshire caucus or whatever that just happened.
Yeah.
And he was standing right behind Trump and everything after Trump won. And I got something to say about Nikki Haley too. But Trump won, of course he did. And they said, like Trump said in his victory speech that, which I don't even think it should be called a victory speech because it's just a fucking caucus. But he said that, y'all must really hate Nikki Haley. And here comes his ass, Tim Scott's ass, behind Trump with a big old smile on his face, talking about, "No, we just love you." I mean,
We sick boss,
yeah, that's
a
what it
house on
gave.
fire boss.
Al
That's you.
Sharpton was pissed.
That's him. He
Yeah.
is. Remember, probably season 1. I talked about that.
Mm-hmm.
That is a slave mentality.
Yep.
That the house is on fire and you niggas running to fetch the water.
And the thing is, like, I wanted to talk about this because he's not the only one.
Oh, absolutely not.
Those of y'all sitting up here talking about the economy was better when Trump was when Trump was president. Why? Because he gave y'all some checks.
Now, that's what it is.
That's what it is.
So I have heard Black business owners say, though, because I mean, any of us, you all need to really start watching documentaries. We too old for y'all still to be watching reality TV and shit. Because it's time for y'all to start learning the system.
Yeah.
You need to watch a documentary about Reagan. At least watch 1 or 2 documentaries about Ronald Reagan.
Mm-hmm.
Because what we have seen in years since Reagan, and probably before, but definitely since Reagan, is that when Republicans are in office, the regulations tend to be lax.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to regulate anything because they are in charge of these huge oil conglomerates. They are the ones who are in charge of the companies on Wall Street. And the less regulation, the more freedom they have to make money.
Mm-hmm.
And freedom in we don't have to jump through hoops. We can do every crooked thing we want to. We can get around more tax codes. We can have all the pleasures that life can bring us because the regulations are not standing in the way of us being as low down and dirty as we want to get as much money as we want.
Mm-hmm.
This is why I've seen it from Black business owners.
Mm-hmm.
This is why Black business owners want Trump in office and want any Republican in office for that matter, because as they say, when the Republicans are in office, the money flows.
Mm-hmm.
The money flows. But I also want Democrats and independents, Green Party, all you people who ain't got 20 people in your party, 20,000. I want you to pay attention to, okay, the regulations, loosen, the money may flow, but what is the aftermath of the flowing money?
And that's what happens when Democrats always get into office. That's why things are
And
quote
we have
unquote
to
so tight.
sweep up cow shit with a broom is what we're doing.
Yep.
And that's why it never goes back. That's why the system is so broken.
Mm-hmm.
They are letting cows shit all over the street. And we're not even coming behind it with a good method to clean up the mess. They giving us a broom and a dustpan and saying, here, clean it up.
Yep.
And that's why it still stinks when Democrats get in office. Because, yeah, we can get the big crap up off the road, but there's still residuals of what they did.
And for those of y'all who don't, and for those of y'all who don't understand that yet, I mean,
right, it's still a stench.
Mm-hmm.
Obama had to come in and clean up the crashing housing market.
Mm-hmm.
That was Bush's fault.
Yep.
Y'all talked for these first years of Biden. But guess what? He had to clean up the mess. I know I said that here. I know I said it to every friend that I have had, and I have. This is not going to end right. The moment he did people in a lockdown, I looked at every person I know, and I'm sure I said it to you.
Mm-hmm.
I said it to everyone. This is not going to end right.
No.
It felt like they didn't even have a meeting.
Mm-hmm.
Because you can't. I'm a political science major before I give these statements. I have a degree in political science. You cannot shut the country. Like, does this shit not sound wild to anybody else?
Mm-hmm.
You cannot shut down a country. Not this country.
Right.
You make them take that shit to Kuwait,
Mm-hmm.
or I mean,
like where there's
somebody who's
a
not
true dictatorship going on.
You cannot shut down a country who has active ports Like you, what?
Mm-hmm.
No. So you're telling me nobody in there said anything? If he get in the office next time, I'm gonna ask him for a work from home position.
Listen.
Because obviously you need an advisor. It's clear. You
Yes.
need one advisor who's gonna say, hey, let's think this shit through.
Yeah, like you can't just do that. Like, wait a
And I
minute.
remember telling, I'm sure I told you, and I told Ronnie, I said, when you cannot unscare the shit out of people. And
Mm-hmm.
what he is doing right now with shutting the country down, he is scaring the shit out of people.
Yep, and they don't
And
like that.
once you do it, you cannot unscare people. And what do we have now? A nation full of anxiety ridden, fucking terrified people. Still,
Mm-hmm.
that was in 2019.
Yep.
Still in 2024, people walk around terrified.
Mm-hmm.
My mama still wear a mask to this day.
Oh yeah.
She wash her hands every 15 seconds. Like you have she still has anxiety attacks.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Like
it's real.
you have actually scared people. Think about how many people committed suicide during lockdown.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot get me to believe that they had a full-fledged meeting where people really brought clear thinking to the table and said, this is not going to work. I'm sure we have increased the number of alcoholism. I damn sure know we increased the number of domestic violence situations.
Oh yeah, that was even reported. That was one of the first things that was
I
reported.
know that for a fact.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like, and y'all want to do it again. Y'all want to go one more time because he gonna give us some money. I swear y'all was in the carpet room.
Slave mentality, that's what it is.
I swear y'all was.
Mm-hmm.
Cause y'all thinking it's not there.
No, it's not realistic.
It's not there.
It can't be.
This is, I mean, to even think, I wouldn't give a damn if Joe Biden was 86 in a wheelchair. I'm not gonna vote for Donald Trump.
No. And let's just talk about the age real quick. Yeah, Joe Biden is in his 80s, but Trump is in his late 70s. So he'll be in, like, if he wins, he'll be in his 80s during his term. If it's, never mind, I'm not gonna say that.
I'm gonna say it one more time. He could be in a wheelchair with two teeth.
Listen.
And I'm still gonna vote for him. Because let me tell you what, again, if y'all made yourselves familiar with information, they let Ronald Reagan,
I was just getting ready to
in
say,
the office his whole motherfucking second term with Alzheimer's.
Yep. And I think we talked about that too.
Did you hear what I said?
Say it again.
They let him sit in the Oval Office and be the commander-in-chief of this country with full-blown Alzheimer's.
Mm-hmm.
And you think I give a damn about Joe Biden being 80?
Right.
They can go to hell. I wish I would. I wish the hell I would vote for Orange Man. I wish I would.
It just amazes me that they make it seem like Joe Biden is so much older. Like he's old enough to be Trump's daddy. That's just what they make it seem like. And Trump, you're full of shit talking about you feel better now than you did before.
Boy, I wouldn't care if you felt 20, okay? They could be giving you bionic man shots behind the scenes. I wouldn't care.
Hell no.
That man could have 2 teeth and 1 strand of hair in a wheelchair. I'm putting his name on the ballot. Basically. Y'all crazy.
Basically, that's it.
Because I'd rather him leave this world in office and leave us with Camilla than me to be left with Trump.
That's it.
So y'all crazy. Y'all crazy. Child. And I mean that.
Ooh.
Honey, that sounds like, look, we might be at a good place to stop.
Yeah, because we got a whole bunch we weren't going to cover everything in this episode because we have a bunch of topics. But that's a good place to stop. So go ahead.
They want us to vote for Orange, man.
I can't.
And don't it be the black people, though? It be the black people saying crazy stuff that have you kind of like, Because I make sure when people post crazy stuff, I read the comments.
Oh, yeah. I used to not, but now I do because I'm curious. Yeah. I want to know who all feels like this and why.
So I know who to stay away from.
Yeah, that part. That's the main reason.
Who do I stay away from?
Right.
Oh, I stay away from you. Okay.
Because I'm not going to go back and forth with you. I don't do that anymore. So, it's just
Please.
like I'm just taking mental notes and I'm like, okay, I got you.
God bless you.
That's it.
What they say in the South, bless your heart.
Bless your heart. That's it.
Well, you guys, you can reach us at girl_you know what on Instagram, at Wellness and Women, and at DannieBSpeaks. And we pray that you have a great, prosperous week. Bye bye, everybody.
Bye.